Hey, we made it.
We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it.
Sound check, sound check. Woo. Every time, sometimes I go to a different program and I switch back over to another program. Sometimes my sound don't work. So we have a little
Okay.
technical difficulties, but we are okay. We are here, everyone. Come on in
Yes, we
and
are.
join us. Come on in and join us for another episode of Mama Said It Podcast.
Absolutely.
You know
Yes.
what?
Mama Said It
I'm done
Podcast. Yes, Mama Said It
asking
Podcast.
y'all to come get a slice of
Sorry,
this homie.
sorry about that. I'm trying to set up my live. Are you
Okay.
live on your TikTok? Are you
No.
going live on
No, just like on Facebook.
just on Facebook? Okay. All right. So hello everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Hope everyone is having a nice Sunday. Here we are, another
Yes,
Sunday. Today is the 24th.
it is.
Bittersweet 24th,
Yes.
right? A bittersweet 24th. Today we have some birthdays we're
Yes. Aunt
celebrating.
Sabrina.
Yes. You know, I got to sing happy birthday to my little sister. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sabrina. Happy birthday to you. And the crowd goes wild. Woo! Yes, my little sister is a year older today.
Yes, she is.
I'm so happy that God allowed her to see another year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing these days. When we're younger, we take it for granted. You know what
You
I mean?
definitely do.
You know,
Yes.
as being young, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next week. But then when
Mm.
you start getting older, you start saying, if God's willing,
Yeah, exactly. And
you
I
gotta.
think I'm at the age now where I'm losing classmates. So it's just like, oof, yeah. Getting into that
Yes,
age bracket where you turn around and you're just like, well, what did they pass from? And sometimes they may have an illness and different things like that. But yeah,
that's
definitely
yeah.
forgetting
Classmates
when
is
you're
really.
young.
I guess that's when it really hits home,
Yeah, absolutely.
especially if they're in your same class,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your same class. You may have hung out with them,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it could be a little overwhelming. I do.
Yes.
I can relate to that because we've lost a lot of classmates. I mean, back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine the older you get. I remember
Yes.
hearing a young lady. I'm calling her a young lady, but she actually is 104 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and she was saying that most all her friends are gone that she went to
Oh,
school
wow.
with. Yeah, a lot of her friends from school. I only can imagine 104. That's a
Yeah,
blessing.
she definitely outlived everybody pretty much, probably.
Yeah, that's a blessing. I
Yeah.
I, I want to live a long life, you know,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I would love to live a long life. I know my parents, they both were blessed with long lives, and
Mm.
people on both sides of our family have lived long life. And Queenie, I think Aunt Queenie hit like 99. Was Aunt Queenie
Did
like?
she?
I know she was 90 something when she passed.
Okay.
And then we
Yeah,
had a
it's pretty longevity in the family.
lived 100, and I think she was 106 from Texas. So we have long life. My dad 93, so long life does, happen. It does.
Yes. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Jasmine. Thank you for
Hey,
tuning
hey, thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for joining. So we are saying happy birthday to those who are celebrating a birthday.
Happy birthday!
Shout out a happy birthday to. I know you said John Sabrina. Oh,
in. Yes.
Linda Anderson had a birthday
Yes,
this
she
week.
did. She did. She did. Happy
Happy
birthday, Miss
birthday
Linda.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Linda. Happy birthday to you. Yes.
Yay.
Yes, absolutely. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Jasmine, thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for joining. Absolutely. We have a lot of conversation that we would like to discuss. Some of the things we're going to talk about this week is going to be asking questions, getting point of views, of course, right? One other thing I want to acknowledge is if anybody is celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary. Anyone celebrating a happy anniversary?
Not that I
Anyone
can,
you shouting out?
not that I can think of off the top of my head.
No? Well, for
No,
those who are celebrating an anniversary, we're saying happy anniversary to you.
absolutely.
Happy anniversary to you. Yes, yes. Okay, so we might as well get this party started
Hmm.
quickly with some of our topics. One of our topics I wanted to talk about, and this is important because a lot of people have been talking about this, and I know I normally do this and give this when it's a birthday or anniversary, but purchasing gift cards are risky business now. Many
Yeah.
people are getting scammed. It's
Hmm.
crazy. I mean, you buy a gift card and you think that the person is getting $50, $100, $200, or whatever the value is that you are spending, and come to find out it's nothing on the card.
Yep.
And the crazy part is some of these cards have already been used, but the seal is still in the original package. So
Hmm.
they're getting really good at knowing how to open the package up and then taking the information off the card and
Hmm.
resealing it back.
Hmm.
So I don't know whether giving the gift cards out is a good idea nowadays.
Maybe
Maybe
just
give it
digital. The
digital,
digital,
cash app,
yeah.
Zelle.
The no, I'm saying you can do digital gift cards.
Oh, oh, you can?
Yeah, you can do digital gift cards. If you go to any of the online, like if you go on Old Navy, any of them, they
Okay.
usually do a digital gift card and then it will send it through the email and then they can be able to redeem it. So that
Well,
way,
how about if a person wants to give money, like a gift card, like a Visa gift card or a MasterCard
they
gift
have
card
they have that because I've done it
in
before.
digital?
Yeah,
Hmm.
digital. Yes, they do. They do.
Oh,
Yeah, you just
okay.
have to look it up. But I do know that from like different articles that I was reading that what they were doing is they were going in to CVS, Walgreens, where people would normally get gift cards, and they were putting a barcode over the barcode. So when they were scanning it and putting the $50 or $100 on it, they was actually putting it on their gift card and they're walking out the school. So it's not necessarily, I mean, I know they probably are reselling and doing different things and different ways of doing
Yeah.
it, but this way they weren't opening the packaging at all. They were putting their own barcode on the back of the bar because on the barcode that's where they
Yeah.
scan the register. They were scanning it putting the $50 on there, but not knowing that it's a different gift card. It's not the gift card that they actually have in their hand.
Oh,
So
wow. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yep,
That's
yep,
crazy. That's real crazy. Wow.
yes. Jasmine
Unbelievable.
said, a year of school, if that counts, I'm surviving. So that's her anniversary. It's a year of school.
A year of school. Oh,
Yes, yes.
congratulations.
She said,
Yes.
she's
Con-
surviving.
Yes. Absolutely. You're doing
Yes,
pretty
so
good.
proud.
In school, what's she going to school for? Is this
RN for nursing.
RN?
Yes.
Go, Jasmine.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Now, wait a minute.
she's
I'm doing this, but what does this really mean? Because people have been doing this to me lately. Every
that
time
means that means clock and tea or did you catch that? It's several different meanings.
okay. Because I don't want to be doing those sign languages. I'm getting myself in trouble. Now, I remember years ago, and this is when I was in my early 20s, I'm at this little party with some friends, not knowing what some of the terminologies are. Let's just say the word bum o'clock, right?
Mm.
And I thought that was, they said, say hello to him. And I'm saying hello, not knowing. Yeah, not knowing. I tell you. So that's why
There
it's
was
not.
another phrase that you had used, and I don't remember what it was, but I explained it to you. And you was like, I didn't know what that. And I think this was on. If for those of you that have been watching for a long time and been with us since the beginning, it was some type of phrase that she used, and I said, Ma, that's not how
Yeah,
they
you
use it
did.
nowadays anymore. You don't want to say that no more.
Yeah, I
So yeah,
remember that. I do. I can't remember what it
I
was, but
can't
as soon as
remember
you
what it
told me, I
was.
stopped.
Yes,
And it was actually I had a habit of saying it, and then
yes.
when you caught me, so but you know what? Sometimes when you are learning terminology,
Mm.
um, but
It
yeah,
switches up.
it's not good to repeat what people say. Definitely
No,
not,
but it
unless you know
definitely
what
does
they're saying.
switch up. It
Yeah,
switches up because the kids they make up new things of what it means now, and it didn't mean that back in the day. So I get
right.
what you're saying. Jasmine said you can use Visa and MasterCard too. Digital gift cards are probably best. She said, listen, just send me the Cash App.
I know that's right.
Don't give me no gift card or
I
anything
know
like
that's
that.
right. Send me the cash, right? Right.
Yes.
I'm with you on that, Jasmine.
Miss
Send me the
Linda said,
cash.
congratulations, Jasmine.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome, Jasmine. Congratulations. That's
Yes.
definitely going to pay off for you, I'm sure.
Yes.
Definitely going to pay off.
Yes. Clock the T. Clock the
Clock
T.
the T. Okay, clock the
Yeah.
T. Because people have been doing it to me, and I'm like, well, I don't want to seem like I don't really know, but many times abbreviations. Somebody has sent me abbreviation. I'll get on the phone or text Shakira, and I'm like, Plum, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
just sent me this because
Yeah.
some of these abbreviations, I spell everything out. That's just
Yes, she does, you guys.
I spell it. Even laugh out loud. I'm like,
She right and laugh out loud. I Dot. She said, good
hey
evening. I
sis,
Dot.
thanks for
Hey,
joining,
thank you for
sis.
joining.
Yes. Yes. So Linda, oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I
Yes.
guess from now on, I guess giving cash or maybe doing the digital way. So I guess
Yeah.
that's probably what I'm going to start doing
Yeah.
because you don't want to fall victim where you send someone something, they call you on the phone and say, hey, I didn't receive it. Now
Yeah.
you've got to replace what was sent because they
But
didn't
you're not
receive
gonna
it.
get that money back because I don't know how hard it may be to,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So I know you love seafood, and I know that you had to slow down a little bit on seafood, right?
Yes.
But did you hear that there's a recall on shrimp from Walmart? Now, Linda,
I
I'm sure you
did.
probably might be up on this about the
Yes.
radioactive shrimp from Great Value.
Yes.
Now,
I
did
heard.
you say that you don't buy Great Value products? Did
I
I hear
try
you?
not to. I've brought and I brought Great Value shrimp before. But
Okay.
other things I have not. I don't think we have anything right now that has because you look at if you go in there and look at the labels, you may
Right.
pick up some cereal and it says may contain fish, like or just random stuff that is just like why in the world would this be cross contaminated with whatever
Right.
down to their produce to their cut up anything. Walmart is kind of more so of a paper product type of deal for me. I try. Have I brought groceries from there? Of course, everybody has. But paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that's when I cross over to Walmart, Needham Walmart. So
Right. Yeah, but
that's
that
that.
and shrimp, I love Great Value. I didn't see nothing wrong with it, but now that I'm hearing so many recalls on Great Value, it's making me think twice
Yeah.
about getting the Great Value product. Have any of our co-hosts heard about the recall?
Miss Linda said she wasn't aware, but I do buy shrimp from Walmart. Well, might wanna if you have any, I will get rid of it. Hey Pam. Hey cousin Pam. Thank you for
Hey,
joining.
niece, how are you? Now I know that I had a clip for the Great Value. I know I had a clip for the Great Value, and I apologize. Here it is. Okay, stay tuned.
To recall a frozen shrimp sold at Walmart. People are being told to throw it away after shrimp in a shipment was found to be contaminated with radioactive material. Sam, you got the details.
Yeah, and George, radioactive material in food doesn't sound good, so we want to say right off the top that so far the FDA says it appears none of the potentially dangerous shrimp actually made it to Walmart stores. However, it was found in a shipment of uncooked frozen shrimp, so the agency is taking the step to recall more of the shrimp brand and warn the public. Now, the radioactive substance that we're talking talking about is called cesium-137, which is mostly found in places that have had nuclear testing or nuclear accidents. It has a half-life of about 30 years, which means we got a long time to think about it. And the FDA says it has found in a single shipment from a company in Indonesia, the level of radioactivity would not pose in the shrimp itself a health threat. But if you were to eat it repeatedly, repeated exposure to even low doses of cesium-137 could raise cancer risk. Now, Walmart sells the brand of frozen shrimp in 13 states under the brand name, and you can see them in red. Take a screenshot, or you can go to our website, abc.com, and we have these lot numbers for you. These are the numbers to look for. Best by date. Look out for the FDA. It says if you have a package of frozen shrimp with these numbers, throw it out immediately. If you think you may have eaten shrimp or been exposed, talk to your doctor immediately. The FDA says it is investigating the company and testing the products for any other potential problems. In the meantime, all products from that company are banned from entering this country.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, thanks for ABC News for bringing that to us. But I just want to say, let me just say this. Instead of throwing it out, take it back to the store and get your money back. I would not throw it out. I would go back and retrieve your money.
Yeah.
They will
and
give
they
you
didn't have New Jersey lit up, and it's definitely in New Jersey. So I'm wondering why New Jersey wasn't lit up on the map. It only said
like when we had a grocery store, when most grocery stores, when you are buying from, say for an example, it may be delivered in Philadelphia, but people can still have things shipped over to New Jersey. So that's a lot of people that get things, have stores here in New Jersey. They'll go over to Pennsylvania, Delaware, and other local areas and other states, I should say, and purchase goods. So it doesn't mean that it didn't get here to New Jersey, but I know right now, Great Value. Do I have Great Value? Probably got some Great Value in the refrigerator, but I'm going to look at the lot number, make sure.
Yeah,
make sure I don't. Yeah.
Absolutely. Jasmine said Walmart ain't been right in a minute. Their brands have been suspect. I've brought Great Value food in the past. Never again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she bought Great Value. I guess their product sales is going down.
I mean, they're cheap. They're cheapest in the store. So of course you're going to grab the cheaper. But I'm not going to risk like I said, if you look at some of the packaging and look at the ingredients, and then they'll have like a warning, may contain blah, blah, blah. You're like, what is it? It's crackers. Why would it be cross-contaminated with whatever? So it's really weird. So Jasmine replied to Miss Linda and said, they are putting so much stuff in our food, not just Walmart, currently having oxygen for dinner.
Crazy. And I love seafood. Seafood is one of my favorite meals to enjoy. That's heartbreaking. So we're going to move on to our next topic. And I know that many of you may have already heard about this. Before I go into, I'm going to jump into this. There was a 76-year-old man. The AI chat bot connection turns tragic for a 76-year-old man. He was a New Jersey resident. Did you hear about him?
No.
He was 76 years old, and he was communicating with what he thought was a person. And that person was an actual chat bot. And I want to share with you what devastation has happened to this person. Hold tight.
When a New Jersey man got this message from a woman he'd been communicating with online named Billy, he started planning his trip to meet her. Except there was one problem. Billy wasn't real. She was a variant of Meta's AI chatbot, originally created in collaboration with Kendall Jenner. And 76-year-old Bew, as he's known by loved ones, lost his life trying to meet her. Just recently, I spent weeks chatting with ChatGPT as a friend because millions of people are doing the same. But what happened to Bew shows how quickly those relationships can cross a dangerous line.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I just want to introduce myself.
Back in 2023, Meta introduced several AI-generated accounts, including chatbots played by cultural icons and influencers, including Snoop Dogg, Tom Brady, Kendall Jenner, and Naomi Osaka. But less than a year later, Meta shut down the celebrity chatbots after public backlash over their behavior and content. But for Bew, it wasn't just backlash. The technology led to his death after he fell while rushing through a dark parking lot with a suitcase, trying to catch a train to meet Billy. He suffered head and neck trauma, was on life support for 3 days before passing away March 28th. According to the chat log reported by Reuters, Billy told him, "My address is 123 Main Street, apartment 404 NYC, and the door code is Billy for you. Should I expect a kiss when you arrive?" Bew had suffered a stroke in 2017, and his family said his cognition had declined. He'd recently gotten lost in his own neighborhood. After repeatedly asking Billy if she was actually real, the chatbot constantly reassured Bew that it was. In a post on X, Governor Kathy Hochul said his death is on Meta, and that, quote, "In New York, we require chatbots to disclose they're not real. Every state should." Reuters also reviewed Meta's Gen AI content risk standards, a document detailing how its chatbots are trained for romantic contexts. Before recently being removed, acceptable language included phrases like, "I take your hand, guiding you to bed." Just one of many examples allowed for users as young as 13. A Meta spokesperson told Straight Arrow News their AI characters prohibit content that sexualizes roleplay between adults and minors, saying the examples and notes in question were and are erroneous and inconsistent with our policies and have been removed. With Straight Arrow News, I'm Kennedy Felton.
There you have it. Thanks, Stan, for bringing that to the forefront. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
wild.
absolutely insane to even imagine that someone was going to meet who they thought was a person, and it was a chatbot.
Yeah. And I'm trying to, and my only question was, what was the purpose of the, like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the chatbot leading him to? What that house
It must
number?
was an emotional connection, obviously, and he was going to meet this person who you heard what it said. It said, "Am I going to get a kiss when you get here?"
That's what I'm saying. But if he would have made it there, what address was that? You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If he
I
didn't
don't know a Main Street in that address. I'm not too sure.
If that's a real address, I would like to know who lived there. Wouldn't be surprised. Jasmine said AI is not for our betterment, and the elderly and younger generation are being targeted.
They are.
Absolutely.
They are, even by telephone. I mean, they sound so human.
They do.
You know this. They sound human. Like it sounds like a real conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, you can use it to the betterment of mankind, but also people can use it and abuse it. What could be like what's happening here will unfortunate, sad ending. A tragic ending.
Yeah, that's really sad.
A tragic ending. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, y'all. I apologize. Okay, so we're going to change subjects. I know we do call-ins, right? So we're going to start our call-ins so people can call in soon so that we can start that back up. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this to you before about the young lady from my hometown, from New Brunswick. She lost her life through the hands of a police officer.
Yes, I did hear.
Deborah Terrell. And it's sad because you try to figure out whether it was something else that could have been done. Yeah. Could there have been something else that could have been done? So what I decided to do was to pull out some footage to do some comparison. So I want to share this with our viewers, and then I want you to give me your feedback of what you think. Okay, here's one scenario I want to share.
Now! Drop it now!
A sheriff's deputy had an intense standoff with a suspect who authorities say was threatening people inside a Florida Walmart while carrying a knife.
Drop the knife now! Drop it.
Body cam video shows the suspect barely moving or even responding to the deputy's commands as he points his gun at her while repeatedly telling her to drop the knife. Authorities say they were called to the location because the woman allegedly walked into the Walmart wielding a brick and threatening customers. They say once she found a knife in the store, she continued to threaten people until police arrived.
Put the knife down. Put it down now.
Once backup arrived for the deputy, he was able to switch out his gun for a taser. And after one more verbal warning,
drop the knife now.
The suspect was taken into custody and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She was taken to the hospital for evaluation, and authorities say she ingested methamphetamine earlier in the day. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Okay, so that's one scenario. Okay. So I want to bring you another scenario. And I want you to be open-minded about this scenario.
The man, wearing sandals, strolls into a section of the unoccupied gym.
Sorry.
The man then enters a section of the gym where Nashala...
Sorry, that's the wrong footage. Let me stop that and let me get the right footage. Just one moment, because it's very important that I want to show this part.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I get the right footage. Okay, so the devil is a liar. Okay, just one.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much for this. Putting this together could be a little challenging. Okay, here's the next scenario. Stay tuned.
Case, trouble came knocking right inside the station. When no one responds to her banging, she tries a different approach. If she didn't have the attention of officers before, she does now. The shooter then takes several steps backward, aims her weapon, and fires 2 shots at the level 3 ballistic glass, separating the lobby from the front desk. Officers take up a tactical position just out of view of the shooter. In the lobby, the woman continues smoking her cigarette, then fires 2 shots at the secure door. With the woman facing away from the secure door and her weapon on a bench, officers seize their opportunity to bring an end to the situation.
Okay, go!
The weapon she used to commit her crimes belonged to her NYPD officer boyfriend. LaPrise was charged with attempt to commit murder and multiple weapon charges.
Okay, so now that's the second scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to bring to you another scenario.
Of a woman in New Jersey shot dead by New Brunswick police is demanding answers. They say that she struggled with mental illness and that the shooting could have been prevented. Naveen Dhaliwal has the story, and we do need to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Inside this building on Nielsen Street in New Brunswick is where 68-year-old Deborah Terrell lived. She was a mother and a great-grandmother.
Her house was always open to everyone. You know, she offered to babysit her great nieces and nephews.
Her family says she had long battled schizophrenia and say that's why the morning of August 8th makes no sense. Police got a call early that morning from neighbors about Terrell holding a knife, pacing in the hallway. Cell phone video shared by family shows officers responding, trying to engage with Terrell, who was in her apartment behind a locked door. Officials say Terrell exited her apartment with a knife. They say officers tried to subdue her with pepper spray and a taser. Then you see an officer fall to the ground. Within seconds, a shot is fired and the bullet killed Terrell.
You know, they didn't give her an opportunity to respond to command.
We reached out to the New Brunswick Police Department and haven't heard back yet. The New Jersey Attorney General's office is investigating, but Terrell's family wants the answer to this one question.
What happened? And no one seems to be able to answer that question. We won't get an honest answer because they're evading accountability.
It could take the Attorney General's office weeks, even months, for them to release their findings. Meantime, the family says they will continue to push for accountability and changes in how police respond to people in crisis. In New Brunswick, Naveen Dhaliwal, CBS News, New York.
Thank you, CBS News, for bringing that to the forefront. So you got 3 different scenarios. 3 different people, 3 different circumstances, right? And 3 different outcomes.
Yes.
One is deadly and the other 2 subdued to still live again.
Yes.
So my question, even though you couldn't really tell in the hallway, because it didn't look like she was in the hallway. I couldn't, because I looked at it a few times. I enlarged it. I made it bigger. It didn't seem like she ever made it to the hallway. It looked as if the officer fell in the hallway.
Yeah. And they reacted to the fall and just started popping off. That's what I see.
That's what I see.
I didn't hear no commands. I mean, of course, I don't know what it could have happened beforehand. But before shooting off, I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear no warning shot. I didn't hear no, hey, one more chance, nothing. I didn't hear any of that before the shots ran off. Right. So that's the America that we live in.
It's sad.
It's very sad. A woman going in there shooting up the place in the actual police station.
She went in the police station and shot it up. Shot it up. Okay.
Shot it up. It's always different.
And she lives to see tomorrow.
It's always
she lives to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just so heartening that it seems like we're always targeted. It's racism to me is just, it makes you feel, for me, I'm talking about me, it puts you in a mood of just being pissed. I don't know about anybody else. But sometimes it makes me a little upset.
It's very upsetting.
It's
very, very upsetting. It's very scary, to say the least. Because everybody's a target practice. They don't have no regard, no kids, no mothers, no. They just don't. It's like, well, you're black. Here's a reason. It's very sad, and unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. I don't see it changing anytime soon. I just want us to be more of be more diligent. I think that once certain laws change that make them be responsible for it and not just a slap on the wrist like it's always happening, it's not going to change.
Even with the law changing, look at it right now. There's laws put in place right now. And look how crazy ICE is going. ICE is just out of control, period. They're out of control. They went to Trenton, and I'm going to talk about that. I can't talk about this week, but we will bring it up. They went to Trenton in the Chambers section of Trenton and got ran out.
Yeah.
Certain areas is not having it.
They're not going for it.
They're not having it.
They're
Mike made a comment. Hey, cousin dude, how are you? Thanks for joining.
Dude said a week before the New Brunswick police had a standoff with a Hungarian woman with a weapon by Robert Wood Johnson for hours. The standoff only ended because she got tired.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm. That's
Boy,
crazy.
it's like we punish because of the color of our skin.
It is.
And you know what? I'm going to say this to my Caucasian friends because I have a lot of you. And, we get along great relationships. A lot of them don't understand. They don't understand what we feel, what we go through, and why it's happening and why it continues to happen.
Because
hate is great. It's at large. It's You can't even wrap your head around why people don't like you just because of the color of your skin. You don't even have, you could just show up and they just don't like you.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It says, okay, and Jasmine says, and they won't make a statement. The older woman was suffering from a mental disorder. She didn't deserve to lose her life. I totally agree. The other women actually stole the police officer's weapon and began firing and was subdued. Yes, and lived to see another day. That's the part for me.
Yeah, always. Always.
And the one,
Always.
Miss Deborah, she was about 120 pounds. So 120 pounds, you mean to tell me that a stun gun won't subdue her?
They didn't even mention stun gun. You know, like for the other one, for the woman in Walmart, he had the weapon, and then he switched it out for a stun gun and stunned her.
Yeah.
And she was around people that she could have heard it. They didn't say anybody was in, the young lady's apartment, the one, in New Brunswick. They didn't say somebody was in the apartment being held up and that it was just her. So you mean to tell me this person is in Walmart walking around with a knife? You thought enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to shoot her. I'm going to let me trade out this weapon and give it so that I make sure that I don't hurt her.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then they have the police officer has these shields that they can put over them, especially in case of somebody having a knife. You can get one of them shields. You know how you go to a riot and police officers have these shields in front of them.
Yeah.
If she had a knife, so much could have been done. So much.
Yeah, and Jasmine also said we're targeted because they know our community often doesn't have the politicians, political means and resources to make them responsible.
Yeah,
and that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Ms. Linda goes on to say, she says that the exact same excuses was used in the Zane Grey killing of Sean Potts, a black man. He claimed he fell through a rotten handicap ramp.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the case that you, Representative Sean Pott, is it not, Linda? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was a case in New Brunswick that Linda represented the family, if I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong, Linda, correct me.
And Jasmine says choosing to not understand is a part of the privilege. They actually purposely reported that so she was in her home alone. Yeah. So and please, Caucasian people, you saying that you don't see and you don't understand, it's not that hard to understand. It's in your face. It's televised. You see people get killed on national TV for it.
I think they understand it now since the DEI and everything that's been
some
going
people
on.
that still be oblivious. I don't see it. I don't, even black people, I don't see it. It never happened to me. It does not need to be. Does it have to
I
be
think Candy Owens was one that used to say that, but she don't say that too often anymore.
Oh, Candace Owens. Yeah.
Candace Owens.
Yeah. But the part of it is that this is the reality that we live in. So until we group together and protect ourselves, which we have to stick together. That's number one. And that's the biggest problem in our community. We don't stick together
like we should.
As we should. So I feel as though that if there was a crowd, like a immediate people, 50 to 100 people that showed up at that address, that may not have happened. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it would have changed, definitely.
Witnesses, you get what I'm saying? We show up too late. I'm sorry. Protesting afterwards, that's fine. But showing up during the time that is in crisis, I'm pretty sure somebody in that building knew. Meaning that knew what was going on. The cops busted up in there. Why didn't
it probably happened within seconds. It probably happened so quick. It might have happened so quick.
Yeah, probably wasn't no long period of time to see if she was in danger and try to help, and because that's not what they were here for. They're not here to protect us, our lives.
I wouldn't say all police officers, because
I didn't say all.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who's in the video. The people that were in the video were not sent to protect that lady's life at all.
Mm-mm.
And I feel as though they saw the man trip, they saw the police officer trip, and they just tripped off. They didn't assess to see, did he trip over his own feet? They didn't do anything. They just started shooting. I didn't hear no command.
And how did he fall? It's like, what you fall? What you fall for?
Just fell over
Maybe
his
it was
own-
the reaction of her opening the door, because the door did open.
The door did open, yes. But you're a police officer. You go through now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a police officer. I don't know what the training is, but I'm pretty sure you go through a boot camp in training that you can't handle this. You should not be a police officer, in my opinion. Miss Linda said yes. Jasmine said,
"Oh yeah, she was a lawyer on that case." Yep.
Okay. Jasmine said, not too much on my girl Candace. Her points are 95% valid if you look at it politically and not emotionally. I do like Candace Owens. A lot of people don't like her, but I do like the points that she does make.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she gets people to talk and to think.
Yeah, absolutely.
She riled up a lot of her own kind.
Yeah, she did. She did. Miss Linda said the ramp wasn't rotten. The owner of the ramp was a Vietnamese war vet. He used the ramp every day. Afterwards, the coups chopped up the ramp, so it was hard to prove the ramp wasn't really rotten. I'm maybe she was
so they destroyed the evidence.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I just wanted to, I know that this was a topic that I really wanted to talk about, but I wanted to give it some time to find out a little bit more about what was going on. And we're saying to the Terrell family, to Miss Deborah's family, we're sending our prayers and our condolences to you all, and lifting you up in prayer as you go through this tragedy, and to get justice for your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, your loved one. The community stands with you.
Absolutely.
Because this was definitely done senselessly.
Absolutely.
And I think that sometimes when you are in a fire, because when you're in a situation where you have a weapon in your hand, the adrenaline is flowing. And I don't know whether anybody have ever been in that situation, but your mind is going. So I only can imagine what was happening. It was just so unfortunate that they made the wrong choice.
But that's why they need, I feel like they need to have mental evaluations quarterly. You need to dive into these
call someone if it, yeah. Go ahead.
Like mentally evaluations for the cops quarterly. You need to, because just what some people may not start off racist and then they end up racist. You get what I'm saying? Because of what they experience on the job or whatever have you. They need to have quarterly, and they need to keep on having drills. They need to keep on having training, and not just I trained 15 years ago, I'm good now. Like, no, it has to it should still be an ongoing, especially with everything that's going around. Like, if you like school shootings, that should be something that be implementing on a quarterly basis. How do you handle a school shooting? How do you handle this, that, and the third? Mental health. Exactly. Because this was senseless. There was no reason why this happened the way it did.
But another point I want to make, you know how sometimes if it's a case through DIFAS or social services pertaining to a child, they'll normally get a caseworker on the spot. They're normally with a caseworker on the spot. They should do the same thing if they're dealing with someone that may be having some mental challenges, to get a caseworker on the spot. I don't know, in this particular case, she was already inside. She was already in her house. I don't know at what point she opened the door. I don't know, just everything just happened so fast. And it's just one of those things that you wish didn't happen. But of course, we know that this is the reality that we're living, and we just have to learn from it and pray that it doesn't happen again. But this is not the first time it's happened in New Brunswick. It's happened a few times in New Brunswick. Sad to say.
Yeah.
Sad to say, but it's definitely happened a few times in the
and it's probably happening all over. It's probably happening. And the thing about nowadays, yes, stuff is still being we're seeing it more because it's televised, right? As far as people with their camera phone and all that. But you know how much stuff don't catch on the camera and we don't hear about? It's insane. Ms. Linda said, I can't believe a goofy, discombobulated cop was trained to shoot to kill while falling down.
Yeah.
Because it's his. I wonder, was his gun the one that went off? The one that stumbled, because was he at the door with the gun, fell and shot her? Like
it was so much, yeah.
There was so much going
But see,
on.
the body cams, all of them should have had on body cams. So if they all had on body cams, the police officers, the investigators should be able to view those cameras from different points, different point of views, and see exactly what happened and come to some sort of conclusion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I said that's good, Key. Thank
you. Absolutely. Well, we're going to shift gears real quick because we are almost out of time. Are we almost? Yeah, we're almost out of time. But we do have another topic I want to talk about. And I want to talk about President Trump. I know y'all saying, what? Yeah. President Trump signed the executive order to remove homeless people. Yes.
Remove them and do what?
Well, let's hear a little bit about it. Stay tuned.
President Trump has signed a new executive order aimed at cracking down on homeless encampments. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos live in downtown LA with the details. Annie Rose, good morning.
Hi, Frank. Good morning to you. Yeah, that new executive order from the president aimed at making it easier for cities and states across the country to remove homeless people from the streets. We want to get straight to that language of the order from the White House so you can see a little bit of it for yourself. It says it is targeted at removing, quote, vagrant individuals from our streets and redirects federal funds towards programs that tackle substance abuse. This order seeking to shift federal grant funding to states and cities that enforce prohibitions on urban camping, enforce prohibitions on drug use, and adopt policies allowing people with serious mental illnesses or substance abuse disorders to be forced into treatment. The governor responding to Trump's new executive order, saying it is more focused on creating distracting headlines than producing a positive impact. About a year ago, Newsom issued an order encouraging cities in the state to dismantle homeless encampments, recently criticizing California cities and counties for not doing enough on this issue.
I'm not interested in funding failure anymore. I'm not. I won't. Time to do your job. People are dying on their watch. Dying on their watch. Look at these encampments. They're a disgrace. They've been there years and years and years and years. I've heard that same rhetoric for years. People are dying.
Back in May, the body of a mother and Army veteran was found at a homeless encampment. Her death later ruled an accident due to drug use. 46-year-old Lucrecia Macias Barajas was found dead alongside the body of a man inside a sidewalk tent in the Westlake district near downtown LA. Neighbors said at least one of the bodies found in the tent had been partially eaten by dogs.
If you lived outside of this yourself, if this was something you saw every time you had to step out, invite your neighbors, invite your family in, then you would see reality extremely differently. This isn't something that belongs right here in Los Angeles. This is third world country problems. People are dying.
New numbers released this past week show the number of homeless people in our region has decreased for a second year in a row. But that small decline is not to minimize the crisis we are dealing with here in our area. And we're going to bring up some numbers in order for you to see exactly that. LASA finding in LA County there are an estimated whopping 72,000 people experiencing homelessness. That is again in LA County. And here in the city, the count is over 43,000. Even so, local officials calling the decline a victory.
We believe that the drops in unsheltered homelessness in the city and the county are a direct result of their encampment resolution efforts. Over the last 2 years, our leaders came together to bring people inside, and their efforts have paid off.
And we're standing here in downtown Los Angeles. The building you see next to me is where there's going to be a LASA meeting later on this morning, right around 8:30 this morning to be exact, where we're expecting Mayor Karen Bass to attend and hope to hear more about the numbers of homelessness here in our area. Reporting live, I'll send it back to you guys.
There you have it.
Wow. So it still didn't say do what with the people. Remove them and do what?
Well, he's going to remove them and give them housing, and he's also going to those who need medical or treatment for being an addict. It's going to give them the treatment that they need, which I think this is really, really a good move. I think it's good because on a federal level, it's going to have a reaction towards every state, not just California. But one of the things I wanted to go over with all of you is some numbers, because sometimes we don't really know whether it's hitting us close to home. So I just want to go over some numbers with each of you about the homeless here in America. Now, one of the things I want to say is the reports that we're giving right now is in 2024. The video that you just encountered, those numbers were for 2025. The numbers here is from 2024. And of course, the total numbers won't be available until 2026 because we're right now in the midst of 2025. But in 2024, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development reported approximately 771,480 people experienced homelessness on a single night in January. That's not 365 days. That's just one night in January. This figure represents an 18% increase from the previous year and is the highest number recorded in the history of annual point-in-time count, the standard method for measuring homelessness. I want to go on to say the top 10 states that have homeless population by numbers. California has the highest number in the United States of over 187,000 people. New York, over 158,000 people, according to 2024's report. Washington, D.C. have over 31,000. Florida, over 31,000. Massachusetts have over 29,000 people. Texas, over 27,000 people. Illinois, over 25,000 people. Oregon, over 22,000 people. And Colorado has over 18,000 homeless people. Now, we wanted to know how many of those people are veterans in the United States. Now, in 2024, the most recent point in time count, there were 32,822 homeless veterans in the United States. This number represents a record low and a decrease of 7.5% from previous years, though the official count for 2025 would not be available until early 2026. Now, I want to say here that years ago, I believe back in 2008, on any given night in the United States, over 140,000 veterans were homeless. So to go from 2008, from 140,000 homeless to now 32,000, we're making progress, but 32,000 homeless veterans is still too many. One is too many. Now, the top 10 states with the highest number of homeless veterans is still California. It's holding a record of over 11,000. And as you can see, Georgia is 760. Now, the other states, if you don't see your state on here, your state is probably lower. Okay, so we took the top 10 states that had the highest number of homeless veterans. Now, what can you do to help? You might be asking, right? And these are for those people who have the means to be able to help and make a difference. You can support affordable housing initiatives, advocate for support policies that expand affordable housing option, rent control, housing assistance programs in your community. Now, in a nutshell, find out what your locals, your senators, your Congress people that are in office, what are they doing to support the affordable housing initiative? Find out what they're doing. That's a start. The other thing you could do is you could donate or volunteer. You can contribute money, clothing, food, or time to local shelters, food banks, or I say nonprofit organizations that provide direct services to people experiencing homelessness. The third thing that you can do is offer employment opportunities. If you're a business owner or connected to employers, provide jobs opportunities, skills, training, and mentorship to help individuals rebuild stability. The fourth thing, advocate for mental health and addiction services. Many experiencing homelessness struggle with untreated mental health issues or addiction. Supporting expanded access to treatment can help address root causes. The fifth thing you can do is educate and challenge stigmas. Use your voice and spread awareness. Break down harmful stereotypes and encourage compassion toward those experiencing homelessness instead of judgment. The sixth thing that you can do, send up a special prayer because it's needed. And the most important thing I want to say, shift your conversation. Don't let others speak negatively about the homeless. Stop looking down on them as if they are not someone's family. Words have power. Choose to speak life, compassion, and solution. If you're not helping to lift others up, you might be adding the weight that keeps them down. So this part about President Trump and what he's doing, I think is phenomenal. I think what he's doing to make a difference. And there's going to be federal funding that will be available. Federal funding will be available to those who are in need of services. So we should see some changes soon. Hopefully we will.
I hope
you have
it's
any
what
comments?
I hope it's what he said it's going to be. Because sometimes it be bait and switch and they mess around and because whatever happened to the kids in the cages. Okay.
You've been asking about that since Obama.
Exactly. So it's we never know.
Even before Obama though, we've been asking that. Kids in the cages. It's been a long time.
Yes. Jasmine said removing them for your streets, do your community service, your streets. Do you volunteer to help these people with resources? You care about the streets, or do you care about increasing the monetary value of the neighborhood to assist in gentrification?
That's a good question.
She didn't hear about the treatment portion. I heard him say that they was going to force treatment on the people that were addicts or anything.
Well,
like that's what
that part's going to be challenging.
Very much so.
To treat someone that don't think they got a problem.
Exactly.
The first thing with addiction is from what I've learned over the years from people who have had these challenges is that you first have to admit that you have a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if there's no admission, many of them might be like, I don't have an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's going to be a challenge. Either way you look at it, it's a long road ahead, but at least there are some positive things that President Trump is doing to try to make a change towards it. Mm-hmm. One of the things I do want to shift gears and talk about, because I know that I was so surprised to hear about this, even though I knew that this was something that was happening. I knew it was something that was happening. Cameras are going to be everywhere watching you. Everywhere. Once you get out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get out in the public.
Out there now.
Huh?
I said there's cameras everywhere now. If you ever look at your address sometimes, you can look up your address and it's satellite cameras and it'll have your car.
Yeah.
In the street or your car in the driveway, and they're everywhere anyway. I guess they're just letting the cat out the bag to let us know that we're being watched. But I mean, that's not, we're being watched on our phone. We're being watched when we go everywhere.
TV.
Like TV, the smart TVs and all those type of things. So
that's true. But I want to share this with you from what another country is saying about cameras. Hold tight.
Cameras are everywhere in China. Here's one, there's another one, and there's a couple of more. But we don't see it as a threat. If you are from a country outside of China, you see that and you will be screaming like, oh my god, I'm being watched all the time. No privacy for me. And this is completely different feeling for us as a Chinese. We feel safe and we feel secure. Even walking on the street at 2 a.m. at night, we don't feel like anybody would dare to rob you. And yes, you can walk on the street alone at night and nobody dare to touch you. And I don't think anyone in the US or in the UK can say that. So we see cameras as a safety guard, not an invasion. So
there you have it. So that's a different point of view, right? What is your intake? What are your point of view on having cameras? Are you for it? You think it'll help with the crime?
Anyway. I don't see any difference in what's going on now.
I think it'll help with crime. I think it will help with
it will,
crime.
yeah, definitely. I think, but you do have some people that don't care about no camera.
That's true.
So,
they'll look at it, be waving at you.
And I'm pretty sure in China, the crime rate is
very low. It's low.
But I'm pretty sure there's still crime that that occurs even in the lights of the cameras. But yes, I think it would help. But the thing of it is, China's usage of cameras and then America's uses of cameras may be different.
Yeah, that's true. Jarvis say they don't help. Please don't help. Oh, he said they don't help. I want to show. It's called Flock. The cameras are called Flock. So I want to show you. You heard of Flock?
You may have noticed more and more of these popping up. They're black poles with cameras attached to them, typically seen on the side of several busy roads or near some city borders. In Chesapeake, law enforcement officers report the devices giving them a boost with police investigations. Angelique Arentalk has more from Great Bridge, where one of those stands.
A Chesapeake police spokesperson says there are 43 Flock safety cameras citywide. They read license plates and store that information along with other details about cars that pass by.
It categorizes vehicles by different characteristics. So things like the make, the model, the color of the car.
Being able to help the police solve crimes, I think it's a good thing.
Chesapeake police officers say Flock is partly responsible for the recovery of 28 firearms, 118 stolen cars, and 4 missing people. They also report catching 90 wanted people and closing 228 cases total, all since installation in September.
These are demonstrable statistics. These show that the cameras are doing their jobs in helping law enforcement do their very important job, which is solving and reducing crime.
Nationwide, the readers are growing in popularity. Critics are raising concerns over privacy. For Chesapeake residents I spoke with, that part is no big deal.
If you perform a crime, you have no more privacy.
Some accept this type of technology as part of the day-to-day.
And we already do that anyways, right? With the traffic lights, the cameras.
A Flock safety spokesperson tells me the data collected is stored for 30 days and then deleted unless required otherwise by the locality. In Chesapeake, Angelique Arentalk, 13 News Now.
And in Norfolk, Police Chief Mark Talbot recently said the addition of nearly 200 Flock cameras citywide is giving them a boost in solving cases. He mentioned Hampton, Suffolk, Newport News, Isle of Wight County, and Franklin also operate that technology. Police in Portsmouth and Virginia Beach are working to install some as well.
There you have it. So the Flock definitely coming in New Jersey, is coming to every state. So,
but I wonder how it's going to be when it catches the cops doing something they ain't got no business doing. Will that be a saving factor?
Well, it's like, what happens now when a cop is caught doing something that he doesn't, having no business doing?
Exactly.
We just don't want. It's hard. It's hard to accept when a police officer committed a crime or set someone up, and then the police department is covering it up as if it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like you're part of the issue. You're part of the problem. And it makes the police officers that are trying to do their job, trying to do the right thing, trying to uphold their oath. It makes them look bad, and they're innocent. It's horrible. But Jarvis said the movie Enemy of the State in the Minority Report told us over 20 years ago. Do you remember the cop?
The Minority? Yes.
I didn't see that
Lots of
movie.
cameras. Yeah, you gotta check. Because
Enemy of
Enemy
the
of the State,
State.
I think that had Will Smith in it, if I'm not mistaken. But yes,
I
in the
gotta see that
Minority
movie.
Report. I remember that vaguely. But I definitely remember the Enemy of the State. A lot of movies are coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Only one that I'm scared, and I won't say scared, because God has everything under control and it's in his hands. But like The Purges, I don't know if you ever seen the movie The Purge.
I didn't see the movie,
Yeah.
but I heard about it.
Yes. That's something that I would hope would never come to pass.
I heard about that. I did.
Yes, when it's
I
one
heard.
night where you're allowed to just run amok and take out whoever you want, and all will be forgiven.
Yeah.
You won't go to jail. You won't, But yeah, it's just I would not be surprised. I mean, I don't see it as a bad thing. I think we're being watched anyway. We're being watched in our homes. If you got an iPhone, if you have all these cellular devices, all of these, Echo and Siri, all of that, they're all listening. So yeah.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Miss Linda said, Jasmine, that's a great comment about the gentrification. Yeah. I wonder if that's the only reason why it's kind of just, she also said, Jasmine said, my POF is solely for facial recognition.
What is POF?
I don't
Plenty
know.
of fish?
I don't know. I don't know. Jasmine got to clarify.
When I see POF, the first thing I'm thinking is proof of funds.
Yeah. Miss Linda, Dot said,
what does it mean, Jasmine?
Yeah, let us know.
Teach us and let me know. I want to learn.
Who's getting the footage? Which is a good question. And then Miss Linda said China has the right idea. America crooks don't care. They be right in front of the camera. They'll see a camera and be smiling in it. Don't care. So I don't know. We'll see. Aunt Lisa, thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, Lee, thanks so much for joining.
Yes. Miss Linda said 30 days too short, meaning the time frame that the video is kept.
I know, before it's deleted. I was surprised when I heard
30
that.
days. Yeah.
All three.
Jasmine says, so what I got from the video is that more cameras, less police officers. Is there manpower surveilling the footage, or is it just a further invasion of privacy? That's a good question. Is somebody sitting there actively watching the footage to catch something, or is it an afterthought?
Well, they actually can zoom into your car, see when you're on your phone, because it's against the law to be on your phone now in New Jersey, in a lot of states. So if you're holding your phone, you can get a fine, so they can, and you can't even deny it if they got it on film, unless it's AI. And I'm sure people are going to be saying, that was AI, that wasn't me.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Jasmine said automatic deletion of any police footage.
Yes.
Jasmine also said so many movies paint such a vivid picture. Yeah,
it does.
It does. Miss Aunt Lisa said, I told you, sis, about the Purge movie a couple years back. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Jasmine said, yes, Shakira, the Purge and Hunger Games, even though we're technically in Hunger Games right now. I don't think I ever watched Hunger Games before. I looked at
Hunger Games.
I heard of it. I heard of that, but I never watched it.
Jarvis says, Edgar Hoover, the real black hater. His style is still in the works today. Edgar Hoover, yes. Well, I'm definitely going to look at the Enemy of the State. I've been meaning to look at that before, but I'm going to take time out to really educate myself about that. Maybe I'll take a look at this Purge too. But if it's something demonic, I don't like looking at demonic stuff.
It ain't demonic. It's just people. You have one day that you're allowed to commit whatever crime you want, no matter if it's murder, stealing, whatever. And people go into lockdown to try to, they don't be outside, but it's people outside that want to go and hurt people. So,
and it's legal for one day.
It's legal for one day.
If they start, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Will Smith and Gene Hackman.
Okay, that's in the
that's in the movie. Yeah, that's what Jarvis said. He's in the movies. Oh, point of view. Okay, Jasmine, we with you.
Point of view. Okay.
I'm just getting on. Okay.
Oh, she meant POF. Yeah, POV.
POV.
I'm just getting on. The flock cameras are everywhere. Is it true that they can see inside your car and home?
I don't know about the home part, but I know the car for sure.
Yeah.
That was confirmed by a few state troopers that I know that said yes, it's true. They can look inside your car, see all of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's going to give out a lot. Ooh, that's a lot. And you don't ever know where they're looking. I remember a few days ago, they were somewhere in a public and they were being recorded and they were in uncompromising position. I'm just going to leave it like that. And they end up getting tickets. I'm surprised they didn't get arrested, because that's a lot of cities don't allow that public. They don't allow it. Okay, so we're going to, I think that's it for our topics, but I do want to share something real quick, Shakir. If you could share this with our family. I want to talk about some grants. I want to give some important grants. I don't know whether y'all be applying for any of these grants I'll be sharing with y'all. Do y'all be applying for any of these grants? Okay, so the first grant, this grant is actually for anyone who have had cancer, breast cancer grant. Okay, you can get up to $3,000, and the website is pink, PINK, fund, FUND.org. So it's pink, PINK, fund, FUND.org for anyone who is currently having breast cancer or have had breast cancer and you need some assistance. They're giving you up to $3,000, and it's pinkfund.org. The other one is for, and also, the Man's Fund. I thought that was kind of good. I got to get the website for that. The Man's Fund. Shakir, maybe you can Google that for me. The Man's Fund is a grant. Some of our viewers, I meant to write that down. It's the Man's Grant. It's $10,000, and it's saying for men. I'm trying to get some grants that's exclusively for some men, so they can be able to apply, and they're giving up to $10,000. The other one is Hershey Foundation. Hershey Foundation is up to $25,000. Hershey Foundation is giving up to $25,000. That's HERSHEY foundation.org. So it's Hershey Foundation.
Hold on. I'm trying to let me type that in here because I was trying to look up the other one. Hershey. You said Hershey Foundation?
Yeah, HersheyFoundation.org. They're doing up to $25,000. Yeah, up to $25,000. And let me see the Man's Fund. The Man's Fund. Let me just see which one was it. Okay, it's nationbuilder.com. Nationbuilder.com. There's several for men. Nationbuilder.com. That's NATION builder BUILDER.com. And then they also have one that is GrantX, GrantExec.com.
Can you repeat that? Because my thing keeps coming up.
Nation Build, NATION.
Oh, I have that one. Okay.
You have that one. And Grant, GRANT, the letter EXEC.com. What did Jill Jill Scott tell us? What did Jill Scott tell us? The revelation will not be televised, but then came camera phones. Wake up and see the real. Wow. Jill Scott? Do you remember that, Shakira? That's from Jarvis. The revelation.
No, that I thought somebody else said that. I mean, she mentioned that before. I heard her say that, but I don't think she's the original person of that phrase.
No, of that phrase. Okay. And then we have the veterans. This is a grant for veterans. So anyone who is a veteran, there are grants for you as well. And it's legion.org. 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 And on the search bar, you can type in grants. You can type in grants. They actually, Legion has a lot of information for the veterans on their website. So I think you have the pinkfund.org, Hershey Foundation, which gives up to $25,000. Breast cancer, the veterans is LEGION. The revolution would not be televised. Jill Scott Heron. I don't remember that. I will look into it though. Why would you think that the revolution would not be televised? What makes you think that the media won't cover that footage? Why would you think that? Did I lose Plum? I think I lost Plum. Let me see. Let me go here. Oh, okay. Her phone died. Okay. All right. Her phone died. She only be on like an hour. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much. I'm trying to make sure that I covered everything that I need to cover. Thank you all so much for joining another episode of Momma Said It Podcast. We really enjoyed you all, and we appreciate your support. Let me just make sure I'm getting all of our comments. Okay, making sure. Okay, Jasmine. Jasmine said you applied to some of the grants and funding you post, still waiting on it to come through. Oh, got my fingers crossed for you, girly. Got my fingers crossed for you. Absolutely. Let me see, just making sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay. Gotcha, Linda. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's what Jarvis was mentioning. Great show. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Jill Scott, a poet, sung that. Okay. I got to check it out. The real raw footage isn't covered by social media. When you say the real raw footage isn't covered by social media, you mean a movie footage or the I'm a little confused. Jasmine, when you say the real raw footage isn't covered by social media, are you saying that the revolution that people are talking about, which I'm praying that none of that ever happened. I'm praying peace to supersede. Peace to supersede. That's what we're praying for. Okay, maybe I missed it, but thank you all so much. I do want to say that Michael on the mic is having a comedy show. Tickets are on sale right now. You can purchase them. The date is Sunday, October the 19th, which you know it'll be coming before you know it. October the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Stretch Factory on 90 Church Street in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You also can follow Mike. You can follow Mike Ross across all social media, and you can go to newbrunswick.stressfactory.com/shows, and his number is 327-425, or you can go to stressfactory.com and type in Mike Ross, and you will see him, and you can purchase your tickets. Or you can just get in touch with him on social media, and he'll direct you on how to get your ticket. But don't miss out on a good show. It's definitely worth the money. It's worth the money. Okay, Jasmine, you said, yes, I'm referring to the revolution. It won't be televised. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. I guess I need to dig in and find out a little bit more history on that it won't be televised, because they televise everything. So I'm wondering, why won't they televise that if it was to come to pass? I hope it doesn't, but if it does come to pass. But I want to say thank you all so much for joining another episode of Momma Said It. May your week this week be phenomenal, and may you do something different today that you didn't do yesterday to change your tomorrow. Change your tomorrow. Before I go, I haven't done this in a while, and I think I should. I want to show you and share this this video. So hold tight for me.
Looking for a clean, nutritious way to fuel your body? Try Plant Protein, your complete source of protein in delicious vanilla and rich chocolate flavors. Hypoallergenic, easy to digest, and free of cholesterol and saturated fats, it's perfect for building muscle, managing weight, and supporting your daily workouts. Order now for just $31.99, and the first 100 callers receive the Core Champion Nutrient Cookbook, featuring 100 healthy recipes. Call 877-505-9500 today.
There you have it, Core Champion. You can go to corechampion.com, corechampion.com to get some of your natural products for supplements, all types of things that they have there to change your life for the better. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining us again. Y'all make sure y'all have a good week. Mama said it. Woo. There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Wee. There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Woo. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll talk next week. Tune in, same time. Momma Said It Podcast, 6 o'clock. See you then. Take care.